Friends, hello, hope you are well. Let's get right down to the nitty gritty of what's going on here with Soundhound. So I made a video 30 days ago where I was warning people, I was telling people, hey, Soundhound is going to get very expensive fast here. And this is the reason why today. Soundhound has been annihilating their quarterlies. And today they just released their Q2 earnings of this year, and they annihilated their earnings. So we have a few things that could possibly happen here with Soundhound in the future. If you start buying enough of this stuff, you're in a safe place right now, and you're still in a good position, still buying this under $7, $10 at this point. But it may not be at this price at $5 for long. So here's what we're going to talk about. Okay, quarterlies are there. I don't want to go over quarterlies too much because I'm just going to show you this right here. Here's the chart, and here's kind of just to sum up what we're looking at with this company. Here's a chart of more things happening, how much cash they have, all that kind of stuff. But to really put this in perspective of what's going on here with Soundhound, you have a company right now that is AI. This is strictly an AI company. With that too, they are working with, they're kind of like the middleman of a lot of companies, what they do and what they offer to other companies. And they even have other AI companies where they produce the product for other AI companies. Not to mention just like NVIDIA back beginning of this year invested a lot of money into Soundhound here, which got a lot of people's attention. But from that too, Soundhound has been killing it with quarterlies. So this is really bringing up the thought that Soundhound here is going to get very expensive going into this new coming year with so much attention on them right now. But we're in a very particular special moment in the market right now with everything, especially AI stocks. So Soundhound here still being below even $10. Let's just go ahead and say that. But right now too, we have a lot of the AI stocks. They're just on hold. They've cooled down. The market's cooled down. It's trying to figure out what to do. August is probably not going to give us too much to work with here until we start to hear better things in our economy, rates, blah, 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 all that stuff we've talked about. But what we're wanting and what you should be focusing on is what is coming here in the next, 3 months to 6 months in the market. I believe we are in a season of where people are going to make decisions right now that are really going to project the next 5 to 10 years of their life financially and really build a portfolio right now. So if you have $5, $20, $50, $100, or maybe you have a lot more capital you can get rid of, Soundhound should be at the top of your list of companies, stocks that you are looking at. And there's not too many people talking about Soundhound right now on YouTube, but I believe this is going to be a company, a stock that people are going to get really, really into, and it's going to become very popular in the mainstream of YouTubers, TikTok, all that, which guess what that's going to do? That's going to add FOMO. That's going to drive up the price just on that alone. But not only that, you have a company that is producing a lot of money right now, a lot of money, and it's still a very cheap AI stock. So probably more than not what's going to happen here, we have Soundhound here producing quarterlies, good quarterlies, amazing quarterlies. Then on top of that, what's going to happen in the market next? We know that there will be a huge push up in the market. We're going to get a bull market. It's coming. Whoever, if somebody's telling you it's not, I would be very careful listening to that person. We're going to get a bull market. And with that bull market, we're going to get a second phase of an AI market too. So when we get this second phase of an AI market, which could be sooner than later, and hear me out with this too, Soundhound is very attached to NVIDIA. It's very attached to NVIDIA. They both work together. But on top of that, NVIDIA will be releasing their other quarterlies here at the end of August, which will probably drive up the market and AI stocks. So Soundhound could get pretty expensive here very soon. Now with this too, with the growth of Soundhound really getting very aggressive, very fast here, you have a situation too where a lot of people have this, they had the idea, and I don't want to say this too much because this is kind of out in the ether, and I don't want to copy people's ideas, but it's being talked about quite a bit here, and I have to mention it. A lot of people think that in the coming future, Soundhound could be bought by NVIDIA. They believe that. Now, could that happen? There's always possibility. We've seen other companies do that a lot, obviously. And NVIDIA is a company where they can pretty much do whatever they want. They have the capital, they have the means, they have the power. They can do what they want at this point. And after this year, they're probably going to be the biggest company in the world, especially going into this time next year. So what would that mean if you bought Soundhound and then later in the future it turned into NVIDIA stock? Well, it would simply mean that your Soundhound shares would turn into NVIDIA shares. So imagine that. So either way, you would be pretty set with that, because NVIDIA is obviously not going to be stopping here anytime soon. But getting more back into Soundhound, looking at this chart here in the last 6 months, it's a great chart. It's a great chart. I'm not going to break this up into a candlestick chart because I think we should look at the 6-month chart to really get the flow of what's happening here. Back when NVIDIA made that investment into Soundhound back in March of this year, the company jumped to right under $9, trying to get to a $10 mark, double digit, but it never made it. But still, Soundhound going from where it was to that price was truly amazing. Just back in February, Soundhound here was under $2. Imagine if you were buying Soundhound when it was under $2 compared to even now when it's at $5. But the situation of what we're seeing right now, and I think everyone might agree on this, with the cash that Soundhound has, and that's the great thing. Soundhound is killing quarterlies, but they also have cash on hands. They have capital. There's not a lot of companies that can also blow expectations with quarterlies out of the water and get their quarterly, but also have money left in the bank. That is a kind of a rare situation too with a lot of companies. So you have Soundhound, who is in a outstanding position. Soundhound, we may not see this $2 or even a low $3 price again. That those days could possibly be done here, because we're going to be entering into a new phase in the market. We're going to be entering a new phase in the market with AI as well. So friends, like I was telling you a month, 2 months ago, please, please, for God's sakes, if you are an investor, if you are trying to get into something early on, and it's still early, it is still early, this is something you need to pay attention to. It is something you need to pay attention to immediately. Soundhound prepaid $100 million in debt in this quarter, saving over $55 million in interest and fees and remaining life on the loan. Great. That's what we want to see. A company paying off debt. It is. That's a great thing. They have a cash balance with this quarter of $201 million, and the reported revenue for this quarter was $13.5 million, an increase of 54% year over year. Friends, these are the kind of things you need to pay attention to. These are the kind of companies that you're looking for, that you're wanting to get into very early on. This is what you should be looking at. With all that said, I am going to be quiet. I wish everyone the best of luck. Please pay attention to what is going on with Soundhound. 6 months from now, this may be a very, very expensive stock compared to where it's at right now. Friends, take care. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.